Hey, check out my brand new book, Micro Shelters, on Amazon.com and elsewhere. Also, a shout to our friends at tinyhousechattanooga.com. Check out a really cool tour video with their high-end, super awesome tiny house. And our friends at the Jamaica Cottage Shop in Jamaica, Vermont. Cabins, sheds, tiny houses, you name it. Hey, I'm Deke from RelaxShacks.com in New York City 2015 for the Maker Faire. That's F-A-I-R-E, the traditional, more fancified spelling. We're hanging out my booth with Mr. Will Holman, who you might know from a very kick-butt book by the name of Guerilla Furniture, which came out just recently. Will, thanks for taking the time out to hang with us.
Yeah.
Or with me. There's not us. There's no plural here.
Yeah.
A royal we.
I've been a big fan of Relax Shacks for a long time. Subscribe to that YouTube channel alongside all my other YouTube heroes like Jimmy DeResta and
he's awesome.
Woodworker. And, yeah, all those guys.
Cool, man. So for starters, just kind of summarize what you do and what the book's all about. We're going to show some photos as this goes along because, and I got a story for you after at some point.
Oh, great. Yeah, so I build furniture out of salvage and found material in an effort to be environmentally sound and easy on the wallet. Everything I do has some sort of salvage component, and then I try to marry it with high design, which is often missing in the salvage world.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's kind of this urban, industrial, slick, yet rustic modern when I look at it.
Yeah.
It's got, kind of got a lot of different styles mixed in.
So I went to architecture school about, almost 10 years ago now. A little more than 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And that's where I got my design education, kind of in the mid-century Bauhaus style.
Okay.
And taught me a lot about how to put things together. One other central tenet of the Bauhaus, that every designer ought to be a maker. So our architecture school had a wood shop, a laser cutter, a plaster shop, a pottery studio, silk screening, all these kind of hands-on things, so I wasn't in the computer all the time. That's kind of where I got my start. And then I graduated right into the Great Recession, had a little trouble finding a job in my field, and I worked as a carpenter and a craftsman for about 6 or 7 years. And now I am the general manager of OpenWorks, which is a makerspace opening in 2016 in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now a lot of your designs in your book are very space efficient because I believe, I remember reading that when you were working as a carpenter, you were doing quite a bit of freelance traveling, and a lot of your sawhorse designs and things all had to be collapsible.
Yeah, I've moved around a lot because of jobs, because of education, because of certain opportunities that came my way. So over the last 10 years, I've lived in 5 different states and then traveled a lot during that time for different freelance jobs. So a lot of my furniture is collapsible. You can take the legs off, you can knock it down and put it back together so that it can follow you around. The stuff that isn't collapsible, I've figured out a way to make sustainably disposable. So there's a lot of cardboard furniture in the book, for instance. So if you're a college student, maybe it doesn't make sense to invest a bunch of money in dorm room furniture. You build something out of cardboard, it lasts a year, and you can recycle it.
Set it on fire when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
If that's what you need to do at the frat party bonfire at graduation.
Yeah, the tap a keg of brew or the tri-lambs.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've looked at your book quite a few times, and I actually have built one of the designs. I loved your lamp with the slats.
Oh, yeah.
I had it because I have so much by way of salvage material that one day I was procrastinating another job. I'm like, I'm going to build that lamp I saw in Will's book. And we just actually met today. But I think that's one of the cooler designs of the book. What's your favorite, or which design are you most proud of in the book?
I think the most ambitious one is the scrap table. And it holds a special place in my heart because of that project. I met my wife.
Oh, really?
6 years ago, I built that table as a commission for a pie shop in a rural town in Greensboro, Alabama, which is a little south of Tuscaloosa. And Amanda was one of the founders of the pie shops.
No way.
Yeah.
A love connection through salvage.
Yes. brings all threads of my life together.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's so cool. Now, if people want to find out more about what you do, again, the book's Guerilla Furniture. Where can they go? You have a website, anything like that?
I have a website and a blog, which has been suffering a little bit because of a busy summer, but I try to blog at least once a week at Object Guerilla. That's 1 R and 2 L's.com. And then you can find me on all forms of social media at Object Guerilla.
MySpace? What's your MySpace? I'm just
Trick question there.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I'd be impressed if you actually had one. You know,
Yeah.
that means you're old school.
And I'm trying to get onto YouTube. I have one video up. Be patient with me. I'll get there eventually. I'm still learning the ropes.
You're on YouTube right now,
Yeah,
dude.
But I am not a YouTube Jedi yet. So
Okay.
I'm here learning. Yeah.
Again, Will Holman, author and designer from Guerilla Furniture. Thanks so much. Appreciate
All right,
it.
great. Thanks, Dee.